Alistair here, and I figured it's time to do a video on something special I just picked up not too long ago. Do a little walk around, and well, it's not the Cherokee behind us, it is my 1984 Jeep Grand Wagoneer I just picked up a few months ago. Ain't she a beaut? Now, granted, she looks extra fine right now, but she's definitely a 10-foot, 20-foot looker right now. She's got a few flaws, but don't we all? Yep. So, let me give you the lowdown on her. It's 1984 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, like I said. I picked her up down in Fort Lauderdale. She's from New York, at least the title's from New York. And well, as you can see, there's some surface rust going on here and there. It's been rattle canned once before, and it was originally white to begin with, but somebody decided to rattle can it white again, which is fine, except I don't think they actually, prepped it very good, because a lot of the surface rust, I feel, has come through that. Like they didn't even cure it, they just painted right over the surface rust, is my theory, because there's a lot of surface rust going on. So I think that's what happened. I thought the wood paneling was gone when I saw it in pictures. I thought somebody just masked it off where the wood paneling originally was and painted it brown, like you see, until I got to it and I further investigated and was like, well, you can actually see they just painted over the wood paneling. You can see it right in there in the G, and when you open the doors you can see it on the inside of the door, the wood paneling. So it's there, it just unfortunately got painted over, which is a bummer, because even if it was faded like it probably is, I would have still rocked it just the way it was. But oh well, it'll be back. I'm going to replace wood paneling at some point. Actually, this will be very beautiful someday, but for now I'm just going to rock it out as and enjoy it for at least a couple years. Bumpers are in okay shape. I mean, I tried polishing them up a little bit. They're really pitted, and like this weird, well, there's a mixture of overspray and some weird cloudiness going on, which came around pretty good. I need to clean up my mess though. I got polish everywhere, but it kind of came around. You can actually see what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, it's like that way on the bumper too. I mean, not the bumper, the grill. But overall, it's just not bad. There is some surface rust, or not surface rust, unfortunately, weight reduction going on. Right here, you can see a little ventilation going through. But overall, I mean, rockers are all solid for the most part. This is a little concerning. Notice this after I picked it up and got it here, but there's like RTV or some caulking BS going on here. Actually, there's a hole right there. So I don't know if this was all kind of holy and somebody tried RTVing it or something crazy. So that's a bummer. But we're just gonna choose to ignore that for now. Like I said, someday I'm gonna take this all down to the metal, patch everything, so I'll fix that when it comes time to that. I plan on painting it. I don't think I'm gonna keep it white when it comes time for paint. I think I'm gonna paint it like a dark green, like these came in, and do the dark wood, because I really am a sucker for dark green, and I think it'll look classy. As you can see, it's up there. It's got a low lift on it, maybe 3 inches. Those are 31s on there right now, which the tires are actually in pretty decent shape. I'm pretty surprised. This thing had been sitting for a few years, you can tell. Let's jump inside and I'll show you what's going on inside. And here she is. So, fortunately, it's missing the headliner. Somebody took the headliner out and then put the boards back up, so that's unfortunate. Carpet's been taken out, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that it was, because you can see the floors and they're all solid. fact, there's a little bit, there was a little bit of rot right there, unfortunately. Another spot that I'm going to take care of, but relatively all solid. Now, as you can see, I had the tailgate apart, so when I got this, the window was halfway down and cockeyed. Well, as a lot of you know that are Wagoneer people, the infamous rod that goes across that holds that window in place rotted out and actually got all tangled up and snagged, so I wedged it completely inside. But I managed to get it all apart and got the window motor all greased up. Everything's working just fine now. Replaced the rod, replaced all the rubber. As you can see here, all new rubber and all new felt. And she works pretty good now. Works real good, actually. So I got all the cards here on the sides and got to replace the speakers. Seats are really nice shape. In fact, I think these seats aren't original to this Wagoneer. I think these are Cherokee seats, to be honest, because it kind of has that pattern, and it has the little lever here to, like, you know, tilt the seat forward if you were climbing into the back of a Cherokee. And I've seen these seats in Cherokees before. Most of the Wagoneer seats, they have the headrest and everything. So, but I actually prefer these better. I like the look of these, yeah. And they're not too bad. So it has a 2-way transfer case, which is kind of nice. You don't have that little vacuum disconnect BS that you have to switch and pull down. So that's kind of nice. Gauges are pretty decent shape. 144,000 miles on it. And missing, of course, I just ordered the little window bezel piece here, and I just got the knobs in. I gotta find this guy too. So I do have the door cards for this side too. What happened is I had to take this door apart because, well, the window wasn't working. First the window wasn't working, then I broke the spring here, so when I would close the door, this lock would slide down, and then you'd have to pull it up in order to open it. And another thing, well, my girlfriend and kiddo went to the mall, and I rolled the window up, slammed it, and that stupid plastic track broke right at the top, and the window slid down. And I heard it, and I was like, no. And I looked at my girlfriend, and she had a big old, like, shocked look on her face. I was like, oh no. But replaced that, so now all that works. Mirror switch was missing, so there's a lot of weird things like missing on here. So that was missing. Not too sure, I think it came with AC originally, this Jeep, but it's missing the whole underneath dash part for the AC, because, you know, the AC is a separate unit on these Wagoneers. But the good news is I met a local guy here that restores Wagoneers, and he has a bunch of extra parts, and he's been helping me out selling some parts I'm missing. So that's been a great help. So I plan on putting some vinyl flooring on here, I believe, instead of the carpet. Not that I'm planning on really off-roading this and getting this thing super muddy. It's going to be more of just a cruiser / maybe hit the beach every now and then, or go up the mountains if I want to, but I'm not going to go crazy like in my Cherokee. But I like vinyl flooring. It's just easier to keep clean if anything spills, and it looks pretty nice. So that's the plan for that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to start it up for you today, because for one, had it for 2 weeks and the transmission went out, unfortunately. So I got another transmission for it, another 727. Just need to go through it and kind of check it out, because it was pulled out of a Grand Wagoneer that wasn't running, so I'm not too sure on the condition of it yet. But I'm hoping it's, you know, slightly less metal chunks, better than that one than this one, because I dropped the pan on this and holy yeah, lots of chunks. But so here we have the 360. You can see she's had a few little wiring issues. Well, more or less looks like she's had some hack and splice going on. I believe most of these loose wires right here are going to the AC compressor that's missing. And all the vacuum, when I got this thing, all the vacuum lines were disconnected. Had an Amazon carburetor that was garbage, and couldn't get this thing to stay running. So needless to say, I bought a second-hand original carburetor off the gentleman I've been buying parts off locally here that restores Wagoneers, and I rebuilt that carb and threw it on along with a clear fill filter and bypassed the return line just to see, and she started right up. So just capped off all the vacuum lines, and she runs pretty decent for the most part. Like I said, the transmission went out, which that's a bummer. Otherwise I would start it for you right now. Actually, I got the transmission out right now too. So yeah, just gonna have to go, plan on going through all these cables, making all new cables, and gonna clean up all this wiring, wire loom it all, and get it up off so it's not rusting on the damn valve covers. So new radiator-ish looking, so that's good. Thing doesn't overheat, and oil pressure is good most of the time, so you know, there's that. So plans for this. Now you can let me know what you think, comment below. These are my three options. I'm thinking option A, keep the 360 and keep it all stock. Maybe at some point put a either, you know, the Holley fuel injection on this, or go to like a 4-barrel Holley carburetor with the 4-barrel intake with some headers and all that fun stuff. Or option B, LS swap it, LS 5.3 LS motor in here with paired up with like a, I don't know, like a full 4L60 or 4L80 maybe. So that's option B. Or option C is throw a 5.7 Hemi in here and keep it more Dodge Mopar related, even though this is an AMC technically, but we'll go that route, because it would be nice to make this a super efficient, reliable, you know, vehicle where I can hop in it, drive it across country and not have to worry about it. And that's why I thought about going with, you know, an LS swap, or with an overdrive transmission, or a, you know, 5.7 Hemi with a overdrive transmission. Just make it a little bit more, you know, friendly on the highway and a little bit more reliable. And then, as much as I love these old 360s, you know, they do have their limits. So that's three options. You know, comment below what option you'd go with and why. I'd love to hear feedback on what you guys think. So that's that. And like I said, all new brakes for the most part, new master cylinder. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what we got going on. So that's my 84 Wagoneer. Hope you guys enjoyed this little walk around. Can't wait to show you, keep you guys updated, do more videos on it and the process of this build. So stay tuned, subscribe if you could. I want to get more viewers on here, get more people subscribing, help me, you know, build this content. And most importantly, just subscribe because, well, not because I'm asking you to, but you enjoy this stuff, and hopefully you enjoy me making videos. So till next time, stay classy and stay tuned. Got more stuff coming. Have a great one, guys. Oh, and most importantly, keep being kind to your fellow people. You know, we need more kindness in this world. So be kind to our neighbors, right? Spread the kindness. Now, I'll say. Take it easy and see you soon.